Ruth.
Hey.
I'm Miss Mallet.
Hey, nice to
Hi.
meet you.
Thank you so much for coming in to see me on today.
Thank you for seeing me too.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, first of all, I need to know what name do you want to be referred to as?
You can just call me Ruth. That's fine.
Okay. And I see you're 39 years of age and you were referred to me by Dr. Hyde.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you are married. How long have you been married?
I got married right out of high school. I actually married the first person I ever dated.
Okay.
And so we've been married about 20 years.
Okay. Great. Okay, great. I know I had you do some paperwork before we got started. Did you have any questions about it, the informed consent, or any of the other things that I had you fill out?
I think it makes pretty good sense. I'm okay with it.
Okay, okay. And I see that you are having difficulty thinking, you're sad, and loss of relationships. And also, you've been having a few dizzy spells, suffering with anxiety or some depression going on. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, the reason why I was referred is because I went to my primary doctor, told him a little bit about what's going on, and he seems to think that I need to work on myself, that they're not things that really need to be medicated at this point. I am currently in school. I'm going to graduate in May, and I'm having like dizzy spells at school. I'm sweating. I have a lot of anxiety.
Okay. Is this is something new for you? What have you done previous to you being in school?
I don't guess I've really noticed it before. If I have done it, I worry a lot. I'm a very worrisome person, and I'm taking this class right now. It's called counseling psychology, and we had a psychotherapist come speak to us, and it just really opened my eyes on things that I think that's what really initially sent me to the doctor first to make sure that I was aware of myself. All these things were happening to me. Um, I'm just not happy with myself, and I really think that I need to work on myself because I just don't feel like being a teacher, I can have these things going on around me. I don't want this to go around when I'm having coworkers, and I've never had a job before.
Okay.
So I just think something's going on, and I need to fix it. I need to change myself.
Okay. So you said you've never had a job before. So while you've been in school and stuff, so after you graduate, you plan on working as a teacher. So maybe this is the root of it. You being out of the house, you were in the home all this time with your kids growing up. You said they were doorstep 17, 18, 19, or 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yes.
And now they're like almost out the house, and you're at this point where you're getting ready to go out into a new world to help others as a teacher and stuff. And maybe that's the big part of it. You're just building up some anxiety about that. Maybe leaving the home and starting something new.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on in my life right now. As you can tell, I'm overweight. I've tried several different diets. They're all fails. Um, I know this is a strain on my marriage. My husband, he just doesn't seem happy with me. We just don't communicate very good. Um, and this is really hard for me to do. To talk to you about this. I grew up in a home. My father was a minister, and he was very authoritative. He monitored my every move. I wasn't allowed to do things that other kids did, and I think, being in that class has just opened my eyes to all these things that I've been building up for all these years. So I just think I don't understand why all this is happening to me.
Okay. We hope to find a solution for that with you if you continue with the sessions and stuff. We'll work through it together, okay?
Okay.
I just need you to trust me, and we'll work through it for you. You'll be a good person again. We're not saying that you are a bad person right now, but you just don't feel good about yourself. And I just wanted to let you know that you are doing a good thing. It's something that you want to do. That's your passion. So do it. I mean, you're good. You're good right now. How does you and your husband have a good communication? Do y'all do things together socially with friends, other family? Do you have other family down here? Um,
Um, I got pregnant right after we got married.
okay.
So our life has been revolved around our children.
Okay.
I've always stayed at home. Of course, I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband works. We just really don't have time for other, social settings. And growing up, that wasn't a thing we did either. We were always involved with church and funerals, and you know, and I wasn't allowed to go and do. And so I feel like, my husband is a lot like my father, and I I feel like I I want to change. I
Okay.
want to be the person that I thought that I could be growing up, and I really just got into the same kind of situation.
Okay.
Um, and we do not communicate good. Um, mm, I feel like me being overweight is a strain on our marriage. I don't feel like that he is happy with me. Honestly, I'm scared at any point that he's just gonna leave, and I always, in the back of my mind, I wonder, if I stay home, will he feel more guilty for leaving me? Because if I get a job, I'll be making my own income, and he might not feel as bad.
Okay.
So I just worry all the time. I'm constantly thinking about horrible things could happen to me, and I'm just not in a good place right now.
Okay. So, do you and your husband ever talk about this? Is he aware of what you're going through, or what you're thinking about, or what you're worrying about? Have you ever tried to talk to him about it?
No, I've just always kept to myself because I never could express myself growing up, and that's another thing that am now aware of. I did not realize that I was doing that. I always give and give and give for my kids and my husband. And when my kids are leaving the house soon, I mean, 4 years is the max that I'm less than gonna have a kid, and I'm worried about. We don't really have a good relationship, and where that's gonna leave us.
And so, do you feel like by you going to school now and then going to be a teacher, you feel like the kids at school will take the place of your children? Is that why you're doing it?
Um, that could be a possibility. I haven't really thought about it. I feel like maybe I just chose that I would feel good. I've always kind of been involved with Sunday school and stuff because that's what my kids were doing.
Okay.
And so that's kind of where I'm at now.
Okay.
And here I am at the end, and I don't know how I'm gonna be in a social setting.
Okay. Okay. Well, we will work on that. We have plenty enough time to work on that. But I think you're doing good. You're doing something that you have a passion for. So it'll be all right. It will work out for you. Um, Socially, do you hang out with anybody? People from church? Do you ever communicate with them or do things socially? Not necessarily going to parties or things. Do you go to funerals? Are you involved in church choir, anything like that? Sunday school teacher, anything like that?
Um, well, recently I quit the church that I've been going to for 30 years. I just didn't, I wasn't comfortable there, and it was the way I was raised, and as I had my own children, I realized I did not want them to grow up in the same environment and setting that I did. So Um, and really, I just don't feel like we have time to have a social life. But now that my children are are starting their social lives, I realize that I really probably need to have one of my own. But I'm just so focused on school right now.
Okay.
So
Okay. Have your children ever expressed to you their feelings toward you? Mom, you're a good person. Mom, I appreciate what you've always done. Have any of them ever said anything like that to you?
my children, they're pretty loving.
Okay.
But I overly showed them. I think because I was neglected in that area growing up, and my husband, he works, and when he comes home, it's more of him getting ready for bed and eating supper and downtime, and so he's just not as involved with them.
Okay.
I feel like they don't have any idea how I feel
Okay.
right now, and they probably just aren't. It's not that they don't care, but they're just so caught up in their own lives. So I just don't. I mean, they're loving, but they don't necessarily tell me that.
Okay. Okay. And I hear you say that your husband is somewhat like your father was. He's more of an authoritarian, and you're maybe like a permissive parent. Well, you care about what's going on, but it's like, I mean, you do it and you have to suffer the consequences. This is you to your kids and stuff, and you feel like your husband is more of the authoritarian, like your father. So, could that be the problem with your kids?
Um, I I don't know. I'm not. I just. I guess he just doesn't see and I feel like right now with me being in school that you know they don't. I guess maybe things are like swept under the rug right now, and maybe things probably should be getting addressed, but because we're just all so busy, and I believe that probably he would just be so upset if he knew some of the things that they've done. Not necessarily that they're bad, but just because he doesn't know what's going on. But we just don't have enough communication for me to talk to him about those things.
Okay.
And I don't want to do anything to make him mad at me.
Okay, right. So, what are some of the things that you would like to see done in the counseling sessions that we can
Um,
maybe work on?
I just feel like I just need to change myself as a person, and maybe that will help. Things that I'm going through. If maybe I could just lose some weight. Maybe just like 50 pounds,
Okay.
that I'll feel healthier, and because I don't know if I told you, that I can't sleep at night,
Mm-hmm.
and I sweat, and I'm just always so nervous, and I just don't know if maybe if I was to get my health in a better place, that some of this anxiety might not be so bad. I'm just afraid of my husband leaving me for things like that, and I just wonder, like in a social setting, are people going to judge me for my weight?
Okay. So we need to like change your body image, the way you see yourself, maybe kind of work on that. Have you ever thought about talking to a nutritionist or someone to help you out with that?
Um, I I know I probably should do that. I'm pretty ashamed. I feel ashamed for asking for help, and I don't know how my husband will feel about that. I just don't know, you know, if he would be comfortable with that because he doesn't know that I'm doing this.
Okay. So, does your husband, how long does he work? Does he work early in the morning, come home at night, and in between time you're in school? So, is there any way where you have like a couple of hours to yourself during the daytime, or maybe you can like work out or do things for yourself to make you feel better as a person?
Yeah, I probably could. I really probably need to talk to him about it first because I don't know how he would feel if all of a sudden I'm doing something different to change. I feel like maybe that would be an alarm for him.
Okay.
So I probably could talk to him about it and just tell him what I'm gonna do and just see how he feels about it.
When you all eat dinner or whatever, if you go out or if you even sitting at the family table, do you all communicate about things like that?
We used to always. I feel like lately that's not the case. I'm not sure if it's just because we're all so busy or if we just let things start go. I feel like we're all just existing in the house.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever experienced any drugs, alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, any of that? Opiates,
No.
benzos, none of that. Okay. Have you ever heard like voices, someone telling you to do this to harm someone else or to harm yourself? Maybe they don't care. Do this to yourself. Have you ever heard voices like that?
No, it's really just mainly the anxiety part of
Okay.
it.
Okay. And I see down here that you been experiencing some dizzy spells. Tell me a little bit about that.
Just in class, I just noticed it normally happens at school,
Okay.
in the setting, and for uh, for a little while, I was so embarrassed, and I would just go to the bathroom, and but it's just come more frequent and frequent, and I just don't know why, that's happened.
Okay. Okay. So maybe we just need to come up with some ways to overcome your fears and stuff. Do you sit in the back of the classroom, the front of the classroom? Are you near a lot of people?
Um, well, I have several classes, so in most of them, I just sit kind of in the middle.
Okay. Okay. And do you communicate with anybody that you're sitting by? If there's a question you need answered, do you ask them or do you ask the instructor?
I just kind of keep to myself.
Okay, okay. So we can kind of like work on some communication skills, you think? And then we'll go forward from that. Kind of work on your body image. I see that you were having problems sleeping at night as well, just from all the worrying. Okay, so we will work on that. Um, do you have any other questions about anything?
Um, no, is there anything that I can do to prepare myself for next time?
Yes, I'm going to give you some homework to do. So the next time you come in, we're going to talk about what we talked about on today in the next session. And then I'm going to send you home today with some homework, possibly communication skills, um, communicating with those in the classroom, and then with your husband. And then we'll go from there, okay?
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Have I answered all of your questions? Do you have any questions about anything that was done here today? Do you feel like you were heard or?
No, I guess now I realize maybe I just need to talk a little bit about it. Maybe to my husband, I probably need to let him know that I'm doing this because I'm gonna worry
Mhm.
if he's gonna find out that I'm doing it. So
Okay.
I think maybe that's something that I can work on this week.
Okay. All right then. Well, if anytime you have any questions about anything, just call me. If you want to see me in between sessions, call me up and just let me know, and then we'll fit you in. Okay. I don't
Thank
want you
you.
to worry about anything. It's gonna work out for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.